Hello everyone! In this video I'm going to teach you how to import player models into No More Room in Hell. This will work for many other source games as well. Alright, let's get started. To start with, we're going to need the model. You can use Steam CMD to download it, but it didn't work for this one. So we're going to have to manually download it. Download the files and get the directory holding them. You copy this and unpack it in Crowbar. Open Crowbar, use this to unpack it. We're gonna have to unpack it into a rock folder, for example. Save the path. Go, unpack. There we go. Next, we're gonna have to decompile the model. So, to do this, we copy over the source path, which is basically here, and the warp folder again. So, just decompile like this. So now we have got the model decompiled. Next, we can take a look at which files we've got here. Let's take a look at Gina. Sounds familiar. Our friend's name is Gina as well. So, open Half-Life Model Viewer. The model viewer is located in No More Room in Hell /bin. Oops. yeah. It's this one. This path here. Go to Half-Life Model Viewer.bat and open it. Anyway, there'll be two copies of this. Now, we're gonna open up the model. Alright, I think it would be a good idea to add the materials to No More Room in Hell, so we can take a look at what the model looks like. So, go to No More Room in Hell /No More Room in Hell and copy over the materials from the work folder. Now press F5 to refresh. There we are. Now this model looks alright. Doesn't have too many bones, or Half-Life Model Viewer would have crashed already. So very compatible model. Very good. It's gonna be an easier one. So to import, we are gonna open the models.qc file, which is generated after we decompile the MDL file. Alright, as you can see here, these are the instructions that are passed into Studio MDL to compile the model. Studio MDL uses the commands lines in this .qc file to extract the information for the model that it's going to compile. Alright, what we're gonna do is change a few lines to make it compatible with No More Room in Hell. What we're gonna need to add is a few attachments, a few bones, and we're gonna include the software development kit for players. This includes all the animations that are used by player models, and by including it, it's automatically going to be packed in quotation marks into the model by Studio MDL. So, we go to the end of define bone at this line here. We're gonna go to attachments, copy the attachments files, attachment lines. And lastly, we take the include model for the animations. There we are. In theory, this should be enough for our first import test. So, what we're going to do is copy the path of this QC file, paste it into Crowbar in the Compile tab. We're going to use this folder for our compilations destination. Make sure to change the output to the correct mode. Now, let's try. Compile. Alright, it seems to have finished. It didn't completely break down, so that's a good sign. So, we're gonna open our compiled model and see if there's any errors or broken shit. Go to sequence and select an animation to see how it did. Alright, so as you can see, the model has been imported. We might consider offsetting the bones in the animation because currently these shoulders are way too large for a woman. And let's see, sometimes the neck looks weird. It looks like we can get off with just changing the shoulders. We can also try to fix the fingers, but and it's such a pain in the ass. Usually don't bother. Fuck that shit. So to do this, we are going to open up Blender. Yes. We're going to import our .qc. Alright. So open up. So here you can see the source files for this model. Yep, it looks alright. Looks like it's correct. We're going to offset the skeleton with another skeleton that slightly offsets. Studio MDL is going to take the difference between the corrected skeleton and the skeleton that's baked in, and is going to use these offsets into the animations of No More Room in Hell. To do this, I usually just copy the skeleton, deselect this so we can see what we're doing. Select this skeleton, go to pose mode. You can change this in here or press Ctrl Tab. Next, make sure you're in pose mode. We're going to move the bones inwards a little so the shoulders will look a little bit more narrow. To do this, press G, press X, move it slightly inwards like this. Something like this might look alright. So again, G, X, and something like this. Now, apply pose as rest pose. If we don't do this, the skeleton will reset when we compile. So, we now have this as a rest position. So move to rest position. Next, rename the animation to something descriptive. The compile will name the output file to this. Next off, we need to change the export parameters. First, we're going to change the engine path to the No More Room in Hell. Change the export path to the directory where the source files are located. And now it's time to compile. Set up the .qc file to overwrite the model's animations. So, to do this, we're going to need this information as a base. I just have this nearby because it's easy. Copy in the lines and rename the A proportions to whatever we named our corrective skeleton earlier. Sometimes you need to change the reference to subtract from. For example, I was using reference, but rectal is better in this case. And now it's time to compile this. Go back to your crowbar and compile. Press F5 to refresh and check any changes you've done. I guess it's alright. Let's go with this. Could be better, but honestly, it's alright. Basically, you've completed your import now. Congrats!
Yay! And there was much rejoicing.
You can keep on making adjustments, like changing the textures or changing the bones, but that's out of the scope of this video. For now, this works. Alright, this is pretty much it. Hope you enjoyed this and found this useful. And happy modding. See you next time. Bye.